Hello, my name is Shawn Firouzian. I'm the instructional faculty liaison for Math and Sciences at MiraCosta College. Math and Sciences is one of the academic career pathways that serve students at MiraCosta. I've been tasked to talk about project-based learning. So in order to help you follow what I'm sharing with you, let me share my screen. So in this presentation, I will talk about project-based learning. The seven essential elements of a project-based learning is one, students work on a challenging problem. Two, they constantly sustain inquiry. They follow the scientific process, scientific inquiry cycle in their work. Three is authenticity. Four, it is a student voices and choices, their choice. Five, they get a chance to reflect on what they have been working on. Six, they receive constructive criticism because that critic helped them to revise their work. And finally, is a public product. They get a chance to communicate and share their finding, the result of their project. Now, what project-based looks like? To give you an example, is a classroom where instead of exam, students work on a project with those seven characteristics that I share with you. And assessment are based on real-world projects rather than traditional exams. Now, in a project-based classroom, use real data set. For instance, there was a project where my students look at the consumer rating for different fast food companies. There was another example where they look at the relationship between genetics, hereditary, and probability. There was another project where they look at the different stocks and try to give financial advisor to an imaginary client. So these are the data set that the students work with. They work with this authentic, relevant data. And to do that, they do inquiry-based learning with coding. They have used Python coding, they have used R coding, they have used Google Colab, they have used AutoStat, different ways of doing coding and the analysis components of an inquiry cycle. It is authentic, creative, and student-driven. And students are the one that choose the project to work on. So the projects are something that is real to them, something that they resonate with. And because of that, the project-based learning creates a deeper, more lasting understanding of the concepts. Now, it is a very inclusive framework for all learners. So in this slide, I'm trying to present a framework for all learners. So the way the project-based learning works, they incorporate culturally responsive teaching, culturally relevant context. They use universal design for learning. They use inquiry-based instruction. So these pedagogical approaches aim to increase the student engagement, provide inclusive access to complex ideas, and develop real-world critical thinking skills through project-based learning. As one of my students said, projects help me see how math applies to real life. Now, why it matters to really work hard to try project-based pedagogy. One, it has higher engagement and higher curiosity. The students are more engaged and curious when learning through real-world project-based approaches. Inclusive access to complex ideas. Project-based learning provides all learners, regardless of background, with access to complex idea and concept. Another reason why it matters is because of the real-world applications and critical thinking skills. By doing project-based pedagogy, project-based learning, a student develop essential critical thinking and problem-solving skills that are applicable to real-world situation. And also, another important component of project-based learning is deeper and lasting understanding. The emotional engagement, the emotional attachment that students feel towards the project they work on help them to gain a deeper understanding of the concept. Also, retain it much longer than the traditional classroom. So in conclusion, project-based learning in maths or sciences or any other class, any other lessons, has been transformative for students, helping them see how the concept applies to real-life situation and engaging them in a way that traditional teaching methods often fail to do. And students have reported that these hands-on inquiry-driven projects have made maths or sociology or whatever disciplines they are working on uh, very relevant to them, and there have been everything finally makes sense to them and have provided them with critical thinking and problem solving skills that will serve them well beyond the classroom. Again, project-based pedagogies, engaging and inclusive math learning.